Hi coaches, Monica Lopez here. So I wanted to drop this real quick tutorial for you guys on how to prefer place coaches in your organization. We do this via the back office, and it's something imperative to know how to do because prefer placing basically is delegating and telling the system where it is you want your next coach to go, and placement is important when you're trying to strategize and advance to the next rank. It's also important to know two other things. One, wherever the coach is placed, it becomes their permanent spot. It cannot be changed thereafter. And two, placement must be done before the coach actually signs up. So let me walk you through quickly on how that's done. Give me a second to screen share here. All right, here we go. You guys all recognize this page. This is your home page to your back office. Now, where you would go is My Business. And I think the first initial inclination is to go to My Preferred Placement. And I'm going to ask you guys not to do that because in my experience, I've seen a lot of mistakes come from people prefer placing via this method. I'm going to show you a second method that I think is fail-proof when it comes to placing coaches. And that's going and accessing it through My Downline and Graphical Genealogy. Okay, so Graphical Genealogy is basically a graphical genealogy of your organization. Little people showing you where they are in all of your organization, okay? So as you can see, these are all fun little icons. Now, let's say you need your next coach to go to your right leg, okay? The best way to do that is to click here and go to the very bottom of your organization because you're always gonna place on the bottom outside of your organization. And so you would click here to go to the bottom right. Now, per this key over here, you would see that someone who is a coach of yours will have a PS on top. So this Jennifer Gross is not a PS coach of, this is my husband's back office. He's not a PS coach of his, but she is a coach in the organization, okay? And below that, to the right-hand side, you will see that there's an open spot under Jennifer Gross, okay? I know it's open because as you see here, little blue guy means open spot. That means that another coach can be placed there. Now, I want my next coach to go to the right leg. So I would click on that little blue guy and it'll ask me, this user has been selected for placement. Would you like to save this change? And I would say, okay. Look what magically happens to that little guy. He turns red, okay? Red means this is scheduled for preferred placement. This is telling the system, I want my next coach to go right here. And as you know, that is the bottom right-hand leg, okay? Outside right leg. Let's go back to the top. Let's just say you want your next coach to go to the bottom left, okay? You need a coach on your left to balance out your diamond organization. You would then click go to bottom left. And here you'll see that the little blue guy on the outside left is open. If we wanted our next coach to go here, we would click there, press OK, and once it's lit up in red, we know that the system knows to place our next coach there. All right, simple enough. This way is just easier, and I'll tell you why. If you accidentally click on a coach, okay, and then go to preferred placement, the number here right now is not the right coach number if you accidentally pressed on the wrong coach ID. Does that make sense? So sometimes you may think, oh, well, I'm placing on my right leg, or I'm placing on my left leg, and you know, I should be good. But what tends to happen is that you're placing on the left and right leg of a certain coach because the coach ID is placed here. And I just seen this cause a lot of mistakes. Going to the graphical genealogy, it's just spelled out for you. I want it to go right here. So much easier and error-proof, okay? One last thing, if you're wondering, well, how do I know where to place coaches and how do I know what I need to get to the next rank? I'm going to quickly show you where to find that, and that's under Policies and Procedures. And you're going to scroll all the way down Here we go. To page 40, and this is going to tell you what your organization needs for what rank. So for example, if you are shooting for Emerald, you know that you need a coach on your left leg and on your right leg. If you are shooting for Ruby, then you need 2 coaches on your left leg, 2 coaches on your right leg, and 1 coach must be an Emerald on one leg and 1 coach must be an Emerald on the other leg. Active Diamond, 4 and 4, an emerald on each end. So I hope this clears up any misconception. If you have any questions, please post below, and I'll be more than happy to assist you in any way that I can. Happy refer placing.